I'll be right back. Yeah. Okay.
I wonder if Yuita's okay.
There. So now that cord can't come down anymore. I wonder if I do this with this one. Okay, that's bound to happen regardless of what I do, so. Okay. Let's have a batch up to the main part first. Okay, there we go. There we go. Stable. There we go. That stays on one side. So much talking to.
You really are cool, Kasane.
Cool.
You were a bit standoffish in the past, but you always just slice through those others. I wish I could do that. It's not really like me to say this, but I can't help but admire you.
Oh my, fire and electric at the same time.
I think I'm starting to understand you better. What?
Hey, Kasane. Back when you were a cadet, you didn't really talk to anyone besides Naomi.
That's true. It's because I didn't find it necessary.
I see. But when I think about those times, I'm really glad that you talk to me like this now. Because it means that you find it necessary now. It'll push me harder to become someone you can really rely on.
Hold on. Does this mean all of them are going to be levels?
I want to hear more about you. All right, tell me more about you as well.
Hanabi, about before, I said some insensitive things.
It's okay. I'm sorry I just left like that.
I've been thinking since then. I finally understand why you care about Yuito so much. So I want to help make your dream come true.
What? What do you mean?
I mean, you like Yuito.
Whoa! Let's talk outside, okay?
Huh? Sure, I don't mind where we talk.
Listen, you're mistaken. I don't like Yuito like that.
If you don't like him, do you hate him?
I don't hate him. I just don't like him as a man. Don't say things like that.
I didn't mean anything by it. I also looked into some objective data just in case.
Objective data?
For example, the temperature of your flames is 10% hotter when you fight alongside Yuito.
No way.
Also, your gaze during missions. Outside of battle with others, you look at him 80% of the time.
Oh, okay. That's enough. I admit it.
So you're saying you do like him?
Yeah?
I see. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I want to help you.
Thanks. Honestly, I thought you liked Yuito too at first.
You guessed wrong. The one who liked him wasn't me. It was my sister.
Naomi?
Yes. You look just like her when you talk about him. That's how I realized.
Oh.
If you like him, you should tell him.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You don't know what could happen if you wait. I want you to tell him how you feel. For Naomi.
Oh, but I just can't. Why are you in such a hurry?
We're OSF. If you don't tell him while you can, you may never get a chance.
Kasane, I understand that you're serious about this, but I can't say it yet.
Why?
Because I don't think I'm good enough for him yet. Not as an OSF soldier, or as a person. You said it before. It's immature to depend on people.
I said that because I didn't know you liked him.
No, you were right. You nailed it. That's why I got angry. You and Yuito both have your goals and ideals, but I've just been following him. I'm a member of the OSF, but I've never considered what it is I fight for. I can't stay like this. I need to grow up and get strong enough to stand on my own. What's important is that I become the kind of person who doesn't just depend on people, but can protect and support them when they need it.
Oh, okay. I can understand that. I thought the same thing about Naomi. I won't force you to tell him, but I'm rooting for you.
Thanks. That makes me feel better. Friends really are important.
You're welcome. It's rare for me to talk about a friend's love life.
That seems pretty normal to me. Is something funny?
Nothing's funny. I just think it's very interesting.
It sounds like you think it's funny.
Be blind to this shit.
I can't help myself from charging forward in battle. I know how much you're covering for me and my reckless tendencies.
It's fine. Sometimes it makes it easier to fight when you're out in front like that.
Well, I guess that's nice to know. I'll just have to be careful that I don't overdo it from now on.
I'm going to be someone you can count on. I'm always counting on you, and you can always count on me.
Oh, this is new. I'll talk to.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kasane?
What are you so startled about?
Nothing. I didn't think I would
You
be able
worry
to
too
talk to
much.
you. I'm sorry for being startled, but I was just so happy to be noticed.
Have we become closer?
Okay, no.
You're really strong, Kasane.
I think you're pretty strong too.
I don't mean in battle. I mean mentally. Nothing ever gets to you. I always get overwhelmed by everything outside of battle. That's why I want to learn from you.
Do we understand each other a bit? I feel like we've come to understand each other a little better than that.
How are you doing, Kasane?
What do you mean? Could you be more specific?
Like physically? No, never mind. It's not a big deal. I think... Do you remember the other day when I asked you how you were doing?
Yes. What was that about?
I'm sorry for the strange question. I just didn't know what to say to a young person. I only wanted to know how you were doing. If everything's okay, then that's good. You're a trustworthy individual. I know. You move so efficiently in battle. That's really impressive, considering how little combat experience you have. Although, while it's great that you don't hesitate, just don't be too reckless. Sometimes you need to pause and think.
Yes, you're right. Thank you for the advice. I'll be sure to remember that.
No, I didn't mean to lecture you. Maybe this is because of my age.
Your 4. And he might go all the way up to your 6. Who the heck knows?
The more I get to know you, the more impressed I am.
Is something wrong? I mean, I think you're amazing too.
You're an intriguing person, Kasane. I apologize if that sounds strange. I meant it as praise.
It didn't bother me.
I'm glad. That practicality may be your greatest merit.
You're an interesting person. I would like to learn more about you. Really? I think you're much more interesting than I am.
Kasane, are you free to talk?
Yes. What do you want to talk about today?
Oh, not here. The kitchen is empty right now, so let's go there.
Huh? All right, let's go. So, what's this about?
It might be a touchy subject for you, since you are one of the design children made in Togetsu.
Yes, what of it?
How do you feel about your existence being the result of an experiment?
How do I feel? I'm not sure how to answer that.
Do you feel bad or conflicted about being an artificial existence?
Well, it's something I learned just recently, so it honestly doesn't feel very real yet. Finding out my entire past was a lie definitely filled me with shock and anger. But it's not like my birth affects who I am now, so it hasn't been an issue.
You're steadfast. And that's precisely why I wanted to talk to you.
What are you talking about? You don't have to force it. I can go to another room and wait for you to calm...
Wait! I'm a dud. I was born without powers, but they ran experiments on me when I was a child, which led to my gaining them. So while my situation is a little different from yours, I'm also an artificial psionic. It's something I've been struggling with for a while now. My power was given to me. It's not my own. Maybe it'll disappear one day, and I'll be nothing.
The other day. That's why you asked what I'd do if I couldn't use my powers.
Yes. I wanted to know how you felt since you were also created by an experiment. How do you think one can overcome their fear of possibly losing their powers one day?
You're asking me because you want my frank opinion.
Yes, that's right.
Then I'll be honest with you. I don't understand why you're so worried.
Is that because you're not a dud?
No, I don't mean it like that. It's because I consider powers to be just one tool out of many.
Just one of many?
If you can't use one, then just use another. There are other ways to fight besides powers. Even if I didn't have them, I'm sure I'd find another way to try to protect Naomi. Whether you have powers or not, your feelings won't change. What's important is not how you do it, but what you do.
What you do? I see. I should apologize.
What are you talking about?
I kept telling you before how similar you were to my brother, but I was wrong. My brother will greedily try to obtain powers to fulfill his own agenda, by force at times. You could say he is almost possessed by the powers. However, you don't care that much about them. If they're not available, you're flexible enough to choose a different method.
I don't really understand, but you're basically saying you don't think Karin and I are similar anymore.
Yes, because you're not. I was conflicted at first, but I'm glad I told you. It seems I was being a little too closed-minded. That might be similar to my brother. You've helped me feel a little better. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Thank you for trusting me with your secret.
You can talk to me anytime if you're ever struggling with something. Like your muscles.
I don't think I'd ever be worried about my muscles, but I'll keep that in mind.
Kasane, how long do you train each day?
I think I train as much as necessary.
As far as I can see, you seem to have muscle. I'd like it if you allowed me to create a training program for you sometime.
Number 5? Ooh.
You and I think very...
So
very differently. That's why I find you so interesting.
I don't feel that way. Plus, you have an interesting way of looking at people.
Yuto!
Kasane, you're kind of like a lone wolf.
You mean that I'm isolated?
No, not like that. Sorry, maybe that was a bad choice of words. I meant that you can take care of yourself. I really think that's amazing.
I think I got to know you a little better. Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, Kasane, perfect. There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
What is it?
I just wanted to say thank you. I owe you my life.
You owe me your life. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, you know, at Arahabaki.
You saved me when I almost lost my memory.
Oh, actually, it wasn't just me that saved you. It was Hanabi and all of us.
I'm grateful to everyone, but the only reason everyone was there in the first place was because you brought them. If even one of them hadn't been, my memory might not be complete. So, I appreciate your help. Thank you.
It's a bit of an exaggeration, but I suppose I should humor him a bit. All right, I accept your thanks.
Yeah, it means a lot. You know, it's kind of weird just talking normally like this.
Talking normally is weird?
I mean, we were enemies for a while, and now we're fighting together. Life sure is full of strange, unexpected things. Sometimes, I think that the fact that two people exist with the same power, in the same time, at the same place, might mean it's fate.
You can go ahead and interpret it however you want, but I don't believe in fate.
That's the Kasane I know. I guess it is kind of an exaggeration.
Well, I would say it's more logical than an exaggeration. We're only here because we chose to be. Whenever I hear the word fate, it just sounds like something given to us.
Oh, that's not really what I meant, but I see how it could sound like that. When I think of fate, I think of something from a past life, or like there's a strange power at work. But yeah, I just don't feel like I entirely chose this.
What do you mean?
Fate does seem like something being forced on us, but we meet and part with so many people all the time. All of that put together makes me who I am now. Like, my ability to choose is thanks to everyone.
If that's what you mean, I feel the same. If I were by myself, I wouldn't have been able to choose this path. He has a good point, I'll give him that. It's true that I'm here thanks to my sister.
Oh, right, I haven't told you yet. It's about Nagi. He's dead.
What? Nagi? You mean that Nagi? What happened?
He was subjected to the government's personality rehabilitation. And, well, he attacked me when he was ordered to take my brain. I thought there was something I could do for him, a way to bring him back. But I was too late. I couldn't save him.
I can't even imagine how hard that must have been. For you and Nagi.
He was a good guy. A really good guy. He didn't deserve that fate. He got roped into the government's conspiracy just because he knew me.
Even if he weren't friends with you, I'd imagine Nagi would still find himself involved if he joined the OSF.
But if he hadn't become friends with me, then the chance of this happening would have been much lower. It's my fault he lost his life.
Nagi was his own person. He made his own choices in life. He wasn't an extra in yours. Even if his life came to a painful end, I think it's arrogant to say it was only because of you. Also, I don't know how he truly felt, but I'm guessing he wouldn't want his friendship with you denied.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go through life not being friends with him either. That's why I wanted to save him. It's hard when someone dies. Since I've joined OSF, I've lost so many people. It's shocking at first, but it really starts to sink in later. I'll never get to see or talk to them again. Before, I could always just use brain talk to see and talk to them whenever I wanted.
Even so, the time you spent together wasn't for nothing. You can remember them whenever you want. We can't let it be for nothing. You said so yourself. The people we meet and the relationships we build, that's what makes us who we are.
You're right. I guess we just have to keep on living, embracing the memories of those who've passed. I'm really glad I didn't lose my memory. Thanks again.
I'm glad we talked. I feel better too.
We should have another talk like this soon. We're back on the same team again.
As long as it has some meaning, sure. I don't really like small talk.
That's fair enough. Looks like you're still you. I sure am glad we're working together again.
Yes, me too. He seems to have matured in some ways. And there's been so much going on lately, for both him and me.
have a long way to go. It's painfully obvious when I fight alongside you.
I don't think we're that different.
That actually might be true, but there's a whole lot I need to learn. You helped me see some parts of myself I couldn't see on my own. In any case, you really motivate me to get better.
My impression of you. Changed a bit. Maybe I understand you better.
I don't know what your idea of me was, but yes, I suppose we understand each other a little better than before.
Oh, cool.
Thanks. Thanks. No way! Thank you! Kasane, have you mellowed lately? Like how you talk?
Have I? I'm not particularly aware of it.
Really? I just had the feeling that you're somewhat easier to talk to. Maybe I'm the one who's changed. It could be that I understand what you're feeling more since I know you better. That makes me happy.
Bye.
It makes me happy to know you trust me.
No way! Thank you! No way! Thank you! No way! Thank you! No way! Thank you!
Come on. I know you want to cough it up.
No way!
I'm so starting off like,
you.
oh, that'd be a good one. So, the second tree, I would use fire, electric, duplication, and invisibility, or So who else do I have presents for?
Thanks. Thanks.
Damn it. Yuito is not gonna move this.
Thanks. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Wow, you got excited over that. What the fuck did he go? Yuito, where the fuck did you go?
Thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
This is the boring part of the game, like just leveling this stuff up. I wish there was like a dump all in there and then.
Thanks. Thanks.
So who's the last one who doesn't have it?
Okay.
sure?
Yeah, and everyone needs an upgrade. Okay, so really at this point, okay, so we'll go to Main Street. We're gonna pick up all these side quests. Is that Health Booster 6? Oh, oh. Barter Appeal. Intercept. Defeat pitching runnies. Okay. Shoe Beast. Let's go there. Nothing. How about you? Okay, so that leaves. So where else can they be? It's a question. Actually, I'm gonna leave that up. If it's really there.
Let's get rid of them. We'll corner it. Hanami, fire!
Don't fail.
Got it!
We did it, Kasane! I don't think I can lose when I'm with you. According to my data, the projectile shot by that other caused temporary confusion.
Are you hurt, Kasane?
I'm okay. You saved me.
Help me, Shiden!
Kasane, I think my power is needed here. You're good with SAS.
Took all the good shots, Kasane.
What's it do? It's not so much of a streaming night for me. Alright, well, I'm gonna take a break tonight, guys. I'll be back tomorrow.